Howdy, homies. It's James Finnerty here again with Rewind Electric. We're going to do a pretty quick one today because it's late. I've got to get to bed, but this is just the time that I have time to do this after a full day of work. And I need to check this particular one out that we're going to pop open because there was a little bit of trouble with the shipping and delivery. So I just need to get back to the seller that all is well, and I need to do it promptly. So last time we opened mail, we got into these guys here. The first delay, the first chorus, the first boss pedal, the Roland DM1 delay machine, and the Roland CE1 chorus ensemble. Now we're going to crack into something here that is a little bit of a different format today. Okay, now this is it here. It is in a homemade box that does not instill confidence. So, the seller probably had no idea, but this was taken to like a mailboxes, etc., or something, and you know, box. Okay, it's someplace called the Package Center. Those places, UPS store included, which has nothing to do with UPS. In fact, if you have a claim with UPS and the package was lost or damaged, or the last scan of it was at a UPS store, if you take something to a UPS store, hand it to a person, get a receipt, take a photo of it there, watch them scan it at the register, and you walk out with your paper receipt, and then nothing ever happens to it again. You never see it again. It never gets scanned again. And this happened to me with a couple they were vintage Neve compressors last year. UPS, the shipping entity, not the UPS store, will say UPS stores are not UPS. Take it up with them. UPS never received your package because the driver, in this case, and I've heard this same story from other people, didn't scan it. They just threw it in the truck. Got a lot of packages to pick up later, and they're on their way. So, also, it did show up months later in Hawaii. So, not even in the continental United States. And they were trashed because that store boxed them terribly. Look at this here. Foot came off, but... So yeah, don't use those places if you sell stuff online, if you sell music gear, especially if you sell vintage stuff, and especially if you care about it. Those places don't know how to pack things. They sit on them for days. All they're doing is charging you a fee to pack it poorly. I mean, you saw that. This thing was loose in the box. Foot came off. The box was homemade. And then sit around and wait for the post office to come pick it up. And you could have done that yourself. It's a mess. And don't ship stuff ground advantage either. USPS. They don't have any obligation to deliver or scan your packages. So you drop something off even at the post office and you ship it USPS Ground Express, or Ground Advantage. Sorry, it's their new below first class tier of shipping. Like we needed something even worse. You hand it to them and they say thank you and bye. Like it probably won't be scanned. They just get shuffled along the way. Hopefully it'll make it, but they don't promise you that. So don't ship anything important like that. We're talking about music gear here. Reverb, eBay, Craigslist, forums, sellers, this kind of stuff. Don't be foolish. Don't opt for the cheapest option. And UPS store, shipping from Staples or Walmart or whatever this place was called, the Package Center. Those aren't the cheapest option anyway. They might be convenient if you don't have a box, but you're risking loss and damage, and without any liability from the shipping companies that maybe, you bought a label from UPS or FedEx and drop it off at a kiosk, and you bought insurance on that label. If that kiosk is the only scan, they don't count that scan. It's not an employee. They never saw it. And that's a problem because there's a lot of scammers that will take you know, they'll sell you something they don't even have. They just stole a photo online, and they'll take it to a FedEx, scan it at the kiosk, just, you know, some empty box, scan the label going to you at the kiosk, and then take their box and walk out of there. And it looks to you as if it's been scanned at a FedEx, the buyer. But nothing was ever left there. And of course, it never moves. It never scans again. So, end mail rant, okay? I've just been through this a lot for a long time. The Roland AP-2 phaser. This may actually predate those other two pedals. I told you it was going to be something different because it's not a big sideways format thing. It's, it's close, though. It's in the same family. I also said this was going to be a quick one, so I'm going to go ahead and plug the Princeton reverb in right now. 78 Princeton reverb. Who's going to pick the voltage tonight? You with the bird in the hat. What's that now? 111? You got it. Okay. Let's crack this guy open. If I remember right, this might be one that uses 2 9-volts. Kind of like the early Electric Mistress pedals. I used to use one of these many years ago when it was not cool. It was lame. I mean, it was cool because we knew it was a pedal that said Roland, and we knew Roland made Boss. Yeah, look at that. I'm good for something. Remembering batteries and pedals that I haven't played in 30 years. But yeah, it wasn't cool to have this at the time, even though it was certainly cool. I think this is original. They all have a different kind of jack here. Some of them have like a really weird jack. It looks like a Switchcraft L switch where the jack enters here, but the tabs are on leaves that come in from the side and they lift up and down that way as you put it in. It's pretty wild. It takes up a lot of space. Actually would have liked to have one of those because it's such a cool thing, but I couldn't find one in good condition. And you can see this is in really nice condition. So inside here, let's have a look. In addition to the 2 9-volts, which I'm going to have to take out because I got to test them. They feel light. Did you know that a battery loses weight as it loses charge? Try it. Weigh your battery before, run it down and weigh it after. So these are LM2902 ICs. And it says RAYC 7830. So I'm really not sure what that is. It's a phaser, so it's a time-based effect. I don't think they're BBDs. These might be those CCDs. Is that what they're called? Charge something device. But there's only a couple transistors in here too. 1, 2. Oh, there's some more. 3, 4, 5, 6. These are some neat ones. They have a lacquer top that says Y. There's another 7, 8. Okay, so yeah. I'm afraid I don't know what these ICs do. But we've got a single pole double throw switch, a handful of electrolytics that I'm not going to take the time to measure right now because it's easy to get in here and they're tiny and it's just battery powered. And some big film caps, Yamato film caps. And there's a trimmer here for something. Maybe we'll even tweak that. I'm going to measure these batteries, see how they rank, see how they hold up. I also have some more of my favorite batteries here. I have a 24 pack of those coming because I'm going to need a lot of batteries for this vintage pedal shootout. But I couldn't get it quickly, so I had to also order like this ghetto pack of 6. But they got here quick. Okay. .2 volts in the trash. 8.1 volts in the trash. Let's crack these guys open. And they couldn't be here any more in the nick of time than arriving the same time as this pedal, because I think I used my last freshie in whatever the last 9-volt pedal we opened was. I don't remember. Might have been a big Muff. I feel like we must have done something else since then. They come in a phaser pack of 2. Let's see what these freshies read. Never trust a battery. .6. That's what they always read. 9.54. Oh, you're slipping a few tenths of a volt out on me. All right. We're going to grab the untuned SG because I haven't touched it. Is that how these sit? Just like that? I guess so. Okay. Not familiar with these pots. They look a little bit like alphas, but they're also different. They're a 50K and a 10K. And the input is here. No, that's the output. That's the input. That's nice. I like that labeling. Instrument, output. That's classy. Little decor rings. So the input, let's just see where it goes. It goes... That goes to the battery. Okay, the blue wire goes somewhere under the board that we're not seeing right now. All right. Then we won't worry about it presently. Okay. What does that say? I can't read it. Can you guys tell me? What does that say? I'm not sure. What does that say? I'm not sure. I just can't tell. I hope it's not important. I have no idea what that's about. I wonder if Monday is going to be a good day. Something tells me Monday is going to be a great day. Actually, knowing the postal system, something tells me Monday is going to be uneventful, other than work. And that there'll be plenty of that. All right, I'm hearing absolutely nothing, so maybe the amp needs to be turned up. There we go. Wow. Oh, come on. Like, I gotta say, just right off the bat there, just the ringing of that A, like the moment it came up, that honky nasal sound is great. Resonance is still at 0. Man. Oh, listen to the LFO on that. I love on these modulation pedals how the LFOs are so different. Like I've got a phase 90 that goes, like a sawtooth. You know, some of these are a sine wave, like say the Electro-Harmonix small clone or the Arion stereo chorus. Also very cylindrical, very, very even, very sine-like. The MXR stereo chorus. Totally, I don't even know what you'd call that. They're like peaks and dips and peaks and dips, and they're sharp. It's like a shark tooth format, like the shape of a wave if you looked on a scope. This one, it stays at the end. It's like instead of going back and forth quickly, it's kind of like, I'm gonna hang out here a minute, I'm gonna hang out there a minute. Do you get my illustrations? Am I just being nonsensical? It makes sense to me, but I'm not entirely sure if it makes sense outside my head. Let's get the resonance up a little bit. Oh, look, crackly needs to be worked out there. But yeah, there you go. Usually, that's all you gotta do to get rid of some crackle. Okay, so. Oh boy, is that funky. That's a lot. That's too much for me, but let's take it all the way to the top end. Too much. Let's try resonance up all the way, rate all the way down, and then we'll back them off together into each other. Where were we going? Yeah, resonance down, rate up. Okay. So yeah, we're 5 on each. We're at the halfway point if I set it there. Going down with the resonance, right? Let's take it all the way to the max. Alright, so I like it a whole lot less intense than that. Maybe a little about 3 on the resonance, pretty low on the rate, maybe even 0. Maybe we can go a little higher on the rate. It gets really slow and I like that. About, say, like 4 and 4. How's that? It's too much. Let's go to 2.5 and 2.5. I like that. Let's do, okay, let's tweak that little knob on the back. The little adjustment pot there. I'm pretty sure that's going to either clock and it's going to either work or not. But, okay, so if I set this thing at such an angle as that, I know that it's pointing basically straight up and down. I can put it back. Maybe it's a blend. Well, yeah, it was in the perfect spot. There's no need for me to monkey around with that at all. And those pots are clean now that I've moved them around, so there's no need for me to monkey around with those either. I'm going to bolt this back together, but before we go, I feel that it would be doing a disservice to this pedal to not have a little bit of a family reunion. Now I could pair it up with that chorus, That would probably be cool. Double the modulation. But you know what I'd really like to hear it with is the delay machine. So let's go ahead and do that. I'd like to put a little something up front too, but what do you think? Which one? Let's stay a little more vintage and we'll do the Triangle Big Muff. Okay. Let's just make this work tonight. I know it's not glorious. Yeah. Oh, I already hear it. It is Muffin Man. Do you know the Muffin Man? That is Muffin Man. It's also phasing. I wish I knew how to play Who's That Lady, because it's sounding a lot like it. I really have no idea. Scroll all the way down. little more delay happening. This is sounding mighty crusty. I really hate to mess with that input because it gets so loud, but I need to know. It just responds so differently with different pedals in front of it. Different pickups even. Yeah, there's like a whole lot more delay now. That actually sounds better, honestly. Hard for me to get enough volume on the echo without turning the intensity up, and then it gets washy. I'd like a good loud echo or two, but not louder than the original, and I'm having a hard time dialing that. That's what I'm hunting for here. What if we flip these? So, all right, let's unplug this one first. The Big Muff adds so much mid-range, and this phase pedal seems to scoop out a lot of mid-range. So what if we let the phase pedal hit the Big Muff first, and then let the Big Muff put the mids back? You think that'll work? I think it's going to sound less phasey and more mid-rangey, or at least I'm hoping for it. Okay, it's still phasing. It almost loses the phasing. I mean, I think what you really need to do, what I'm trying to do, is another Big Muff in front of it. That would be intense. believe how huge that sounds? That is awesome. Let's think about Princeton reverb at like 1.2. It essentially the very bit that you open that volume knob up and it comes on, where it's like, bah! Like that's it, right there. That was a quick 45-minute, not at all quick video.